As an act of protest, I have decided not to write collection development policies for my bibliographic areas: art, architecture, E&D, and education. These policies are due on the desk of Harold Schleifer, Dean of the University Library, by close of business Friday, March 28, 2008. His wording, even though in the words of VP for Faculty Affairs, this would be an act of dereliction of duty. Dean Schleifer regularly violates or ignores the policies we already have in place and has made it clear on any number of occasions that he has no interest in building collections, the purpose of a collection policy, only in dismantling collections, and no policy is needed for that. I fully understand that Dean Schleifer will use this as an opportunity to punish not only me, but our collections, something that he seems to take a great deal of pleasure in. It's with a heavy heart that I take this action, knowing that the Dean will either stop the purchase of materials in my area and use the funds for dubious pet projects, or perhaps force other already overburdened librarians to assume these duties, or most likely hire someone from outside to select materials in my area and charge against the collections and/or my salary. The irony in all of this, of course, is that almost all money for the purchase of print material has already been, or soon will be, stripped away. We don't have, or won't have, any money for books, so what use is a policy anyway? This is a difficult decision because I believe that collection development policies are an important part of librarianship, and these policies can help guide the building of collections. Under ordinary circumstances, I would jump at writing such policies. These are not ordinary circumstances. I hold print, and especially the book, in the highest esteem. I started collecting books before I was even a teenager. By the time I had finished high school, I had over 1,000 first editions, many of them signed by some of the finest writers in the southern United States. The book has always been there for me, just as it's always been there for many others. I will not desert it when it needs me the most, when the forces of darkness and anti-intellectualism are holding sway. To paraphrase a favorite writer, Tennessee Williams, and a favorite character, Big Daddy, in a favorite play, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, I am surrounded by pretense, hypocrisy, and mendacity. The breaking point for me is Dean Schleifer's, pretense, hypocrisy, and mendacity. On several occasions, to the press, to students, to faculty, to other deans, to librarians, to the Senate leadership, to administrators at our university, Dean Schleifer has repeatedly given his word that when the new building opens in October, in the fall, the 300,000 books in boxes and rotting away in storage will be returned to the collection and circulation. Well, that's not going to happen. Recently, Dean Schleifer announced that the books that are in storage will not be returned to the stacks in circulation and that they will remain in storage indefinitely. When this material behind me, 300,000 books rotting away in storage, when these books are returned to circulation as repeatedly promised, I will be happy. In fact, I will be giddy to write collection development policies and shepherd our collections into the future. What possible justification can Dean Harold Schleifer make for going back on his repeated promises to return the 300,000 books in storage back into circulation and back to the shelves? Well, money and schemes and anti-intellectualism are the reason. The dean sees not returning the books and historic runs of periodicals to circulation as a win-win situation, and here's why. Number one, to start with, he doesn't think that books have any value. I disagree with every fiber of my being. If you were to see a list of material that's in storage, you would agree with me. Complete runs of historic periodicals, valuable, beautiful books, and above all, books not available digitally. Number two, RFID. If you take the 300,000 books that are in storage out of the equation, we can afford the $1 million plus RFID system that Dean Schleifer so lusts after. It's sort of ironic, don't you think, that we need to de facto throw away half of our collection in order to afford a system to check out our collection. Number 3. By not returning the books and historic periodicals to circulation, the dean can move the rest of the collection on the 4th, 5th, and 6th floor of the university library into compact shelving. What does this accomplish? By clearing out the upper floors, Dean Schleifer feels that he's in some ways clearing the decks for a remodel, a hoped-for remodel of the rest of the building. He thinks that he's doing the prep work that will make it such an attractive proposition to the CSU that they'll just give him $20 or $30 million to redo the rest of the building. This is extremely doubtful. After the incompetent job, waste, and cost overruns, and very little to show for our money of this remodel, I don't think they're going to be giving him any more money. Number 4. By leaving these books in storage, he de facto throws them away. Destruction through neglect, if you will. That's what he's wanted all the time. Again, we go back to number 1. He doesn't believe that books have any value. Number 5, cost savings. The dean is always on the lookout for cost savings. Not so that he can provide more services and better services and different services for our students, so that he can fund his very dubious schemes. And finally, number 6, pretense, hypocrisy, and mendacity. The vandalism, the dismantlement of our valuable and historic collections, the damage that is being wrought by Dean Schleifer. And why? It's never, ever been explained. What is it he wants? What is his opposition to books? Why are we building this incredibly expensive building and don't have space for our collections? What the hell is going on here? Somebody needs to audit this building program. Somebody needs to audit the activities of the dean, and it's about time that our absentee landlord president got involved in the library. He hasn't wanted to get near this because he knows it's a disaster. He's ignored what's going on here, and he's let the really good people who work here in the university library suffer under Dean Schleifer. And the guy's got some problems. Some very serious, deep-seated problems.